The Vietnam War. You know, people still to this day would like to sweep it under the rug. Yes, they would. Nixon, tricky Nixon. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I remember that real well. I was basically brought up experiencing the Vietnam War all the way up to a draft card. Yeah, I had a draft card. And it was initiated inactive because they were pulling out troops. I was like, 1 year I'd have gone. Well, maybe, I don't know. My grades weren't good enough. I mean, brainiacs generally didn't go. Or they would go into the Army, Navy, Air Force and become officers. You know, stuff like that. You know, you don't hear much about the Vietnam War except for documentaries. Then you see the helicopters and people dying and shooting and all that. What about the people that were at home watching this on TV? It was pretty bad. I mean, the volume of U.S. boys that were dying was astonishing. I remember I saw it on TV and I was shocked. I went, wow, a lot of men lost their lives. And you know, we still don't give credit to the veterans. We really don't. They're the ones that were basically shitted upon. You know, they came home and instead of being treated as heroes, they were spit on. You know, some of them to this day have mental issues, disabilities. Some are homeless. You know, and it's kind of a shame. Other wars, we put our boys up on pedestals. I mean, they came home and they had a ticker tape parade. They were treated as heroes. Thank you for serving our country. Vietnam, we want to forget about it. That's the truth, guys. We do. Even the veterans want to forget about it. You know, just a time of our history that just was fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. This is legal in the state of North Carolina, the Bible thumping state. Yeah, there's some hope for this state. Vietnam War, my sister's boyfriend went over there. And pardon me, I don't vape often. He went over there, and what happened was he stepped on a mine and was dead just like that. I'll never forget the scream of my sister in her bedroom. And then I had friends that died in that war for no reason. There was no earthly reason why they died. They weren't even serving the country according to what people see them as. And you know, when it comes to Veterans Day, I think about the people in the ones that are forgotten about. And they always will be, unfortunately. It's the war that people want to forget about. And the reason I say this emotionally, I'm knowing people that died in that war for no reason. It makes me want to cry. But you see, I give a real face to the Vietnam War and what we saw on TV and the unrest that the youth had. There were protests. There were violence in the streets in America, trying to get people to wake up to this war and to stop it. So I'm going to end this giving a face on the Vietnam War. Thanks for watching.